do whatever they want. Women are fantastic. We live in this great society now where women are girl bosses and better than us, while also are equals at everything, while also everything they do they regret was a man's fault somehow, as Bonnie described. They were tricked into it. So we live in this impossible situation where a man can't possibly win anyway, no matter what opinion he has. But I'm just saying it would be unprofessional and hypocritical of me to sit here and think that Bonnie is doing anything different or anything bad or anything wrong when she does the same thing 99.9% of Western women do anyway.
Okay, so Bonnie...
You get one extreme to the next. You get the women like me that are just sluts, and then you get the others that are lazy and won't even get on their knees and give a blowjob.
And they're sluts too. No, but this is the thing. They're sluts too. They're just sluts for a different guy, or they were sluts for their ex, and they're not sluts for the new guy. These women are sluts too. It's all the same.
But I used to be a full service sex worker, like an escort, and I used to judge men that cheated. And then when I actually started speaking to these men, I was like, you know what? They've got a point. They're going to work. They're looking after their kids. They're still emptying the dishes because the wife's now refusing to do that, saying it should be equal.
Bonnie Blue provides more value to society than most of these women that are not sleeping with their husband and have one, maybe two kids. Bonnie Blue is providing a service to society. I think she is. Now, it's kind of gross, but she has probably saved more marriages than marriage counselors. Sex workers save more marriages than marriage counselors because they offer the men a service, a release, and then they can get back to loving their wife.
And then I say, well, when's the last time she gave you a blowjob? When's the last time she fucked you? They couldn't name it. They couldn't even list the amount of times where they've had sexual intercourse. I'm like, of course you're going to need that. Of course you're going to cheat. So how...
Listen to her. And I know this sounds crazy, but she understands that sex is a need for men. When you have women like Candace Owens who are saying, that they're nagging men because they watch porn. It's like, shut the fuck up, bitch. No, I'm not drunk. Someone in the chat asked if I'm drunk. I'm a little bit sunburnt. I went golfing today for the first time. So I'm a little sunburnt, but no.
How can I ever say women are anything but lazy and poorly educated?
So do you think you're a good role model for women?
I'm a clear example of what women have fought for years. Of
what?
Taking control of your body.
Correct.
Being independent. I earn my own money. I don't rely on a guy. I'm
Girl
paid
power.
Exactly. I'm paid more than other guys.
100%.
Do you think...
She is a clear example of what women have been fighting for years. Absolutely.
And you have to remember the female hierarchy. Women want to, A, have sex with hot men, and B, have the freedom to do whatever they want. Those are the two things women crave. So from her standpoint, she can still have sex with high-level men. Obviously, she has to have sex with a lot of low-level men, but she can still have sex with celebrities and maybe C-list actors. She's going to get hit up by a lot of guys. I know you guys are probably thinking who would want to do that. There's at least one of you in the chat who would. Second thing is, and then she also has the money. She has men's resources and the freedom to do whatever she wants with it. So she won in this. I know, I'm really sunburnt. It's unfortunate.
Correct.
And now
I'm not going to sit here and lecture you about God. I'm not going to sit here and no, that's all bullshit. She is a clear example of what women have been fighting for years.
Yeah.
Women believe that they can do whatever they want.
Do you think they should be able to?
Listen, brother, I have 14 criminal cases. I don't want to be called a misogynist by the BBC. That would break my heart. That's not up to me. We're all individual sovereign people, and we make our own decisions. If women want to run around and do whatever they want to do, it's up to them. My point is, all women, on some scale, are doing what Bonnie Blue is doing. However, Bonnie Blue's just the best at it. She's the best. She's the queen of it. So why? It's
not all women are doing.
Let me ask you a question. If a man walks into Starbucks and steals a chocolate bar, he's a thief. Right? Correct?
Not in London.
Well,
it's legal.
Yeah. And if a banker manages to liquidate a ton of stock illegally in the stock market or rip off a bunch of people with a false investment fund, whatever it is, he's a thief, right? The morality is the same, whether you're stealing from the Wall Street or you're stealing from Starbucks. The morality of it is the same. But people will sit there and argue that the banker is somehow worse than the guy who stole the chocolate bar. because of how much he stole. I wouldn't argue there's a difference in morality. There's a difference in capability. But the morality is the same. The banker's just smarter.
I'm just a clever slut.
You're just very...
Now, contrast this with all the women that you call a slut or you call a hoe and they argue and nag and just like ruin your life over this. She just says, yep, I am. Now what, bitch? I want to do a sit down with her, actually. I want to peel back the... I don't know. Maybe I don't. One in the chat if you'd like to see it, too, if you wouldn't. Because then the other part of me is like, what does a sex worker have to tell me?